So following on from the last video, because I'm only able to record 15 minutes in one video, just about convergence and divergence. If you have a sequence, the solutions, the iterative solutions form a sequence of numbers which converge only if the derivative at the root is between -1 and +1. If you look on these diagrams here, this one is the staircase one. You can see the gradient, the curve gradient is less than the gradient of y equals x, so it's less than 1 and it's positive. And in that case, choosing a root over here as x0, you substitute in to get the value at x0. Then you replace that value as x, and then you go to the curve again, and then replace that value as x, and go to the curve again, and so on, and you converge towards alpha, the root. Same thing happens over down here when you have the curve is decreasing, but because it is the gradient is less than, or I should say greater than -1 and negative, then you see you choose a value here, x0. There is f of x0. Replace that or take that as your next value, x1. Go to the curve. That's f of x1, so that's x2. That's f of x2 is x3, and so on. And you alternate, and you go round and converge on to the root by going alternating between the greater than or less than, as I said. On the other hand, here you have a steep curve. It's greater than 1. The gradient is greater than 1 at the root. Take x0, go to the curve, f of x0 here, use that as the next value, and you can see it's further away from the previous, and then take that one, and then it will be a long way away. Similarly, when you have a steep negative curve, so less than -1, gradient at the root, x0, f of x0 will be down there, and then that will be the next one. F of x1 is x2, then the next one, and the next one, and this time you are going away, diverging away from the root again. Now, one last thing, to use a calculator to find the sequence of values to converge towards a root makes it all much easier to do the calculations. Here, let's go using this version of the iteration. Xn plus 1 is root xn plus 1. To find the values, we start x0 is 0.5 if you choose that one. So on your calculator, type in 0.5, then equals, and in the display you will get display 0.5. You then enter this sequence of buttons of operations: square root, answer. Now answer refers to the value, or so that's ANS, refers to the value in the display. In this case it would be 0.5. So you press the ANS button, which is next to equals, then plus, then 1, then equals, which will give you the formula square root of, well, it will say square root of ANS plus 1. That's what it will look like on the top left on the calculator display. And then when you press equals, you get that value 1.224744871 will be displayed. And then to get the next value, you only need to press equals again, because that value becomes the answer. So you're then substituting the next value, the x1, into the formula, and that will give you x2. Press equals again, you'll get x3, equals again, you'll get x4, and so on. So you can just repeat the equals until the answer doesn't change, and that will be the best answer you can get on the calculator. Okay, so that's iteration. Now the thing to do is to go and practice this by doing exercise 10b, and in the assignment I will suggest one or two questions that you can do and submit to me for homework. Okay, so that's that.